It was the kind of laughter that shouldn't belong to anyone carrying a wound. Not the soft, broken chuckle of someone trying to survive their own mess, nor the tired laugh that escapes in self-defense. No, this laughter was sharper, crueler, it twisted like a blade, the kind that tells you you're the punchline, and the joke was written years ago. I was standing in the hallway, still damp from the shower, half a drink in my hand. The house was warm, the air tinged with perfume and the faint odor of cheap wine. Her friends were there, 3 of them loud, too drunk, far too comfortable. I wasn't supposed to be there. They thought I had gone to bed, but then I heard it. Her voice, coated with alcohol, saying something so casually it stung. He's too dumb to realize I've been cheating for years. The laughter that followed was savage. It hit me like a fist vibrating through the walls. One of them clinked their glass. Someone wheezed. I stood there for a while, letting the drink warm in my hand, the cold condensation dripping down my fingers. I didn't say anything. I turned around, walked back to the bedroom, and sat on the edge of the bed, feeling like someone had just woken me from a nightmare. But the nightmare was real. People think silence means you don't know what to say, but sometimes it's the most surgical of responses, cold, sharp, precise. I didn't confront her. I didn't scream. I didn't even change the sheets. I just waited. The thing about betrayal is, it's not always the act itself. It's the rehearsal, the way it lives in someone's body, the muscle memory of lying. I should have seen it. The late nights, the sudden hobbies, the passwords that changed with the seasons. But love is a tricky thing. It filters the truth, makes you overlook the obvious. I knew deep down the way she stopped kissing me like she meant it. The way she began looking at her phone like it was her lifeline, not a tool. I remember the smile she tried to hide when she got a message, a smile that wasn't for me. But I didn't confront her then. I didn't even let on that I noticed. We had been together for 11 years. I built bookshelves for her, painted the nursery myself, even though we never filled it. I remember when she used to say she loved the way I made coffee, calling it my love language. I didn't know love languages could expire. A week passed. I said nothing. I slept next to her like a mannequin, watching her play her part. She laughed at my jokes, texted under the covers, kissed me just enough to keep the illusion intact. It felt like watching a puppet show I'd already seen, knowing the strings were there but not caring anymore. Then one Tuesday she showed up crying. It was cloudy outside. My phone buzzed, 10 missed calls, 2 voicemails. I ignored them. When she came to the door, her makeup smeared like ink. I didn't feel a thing. I just opened the door and watched her crumble in front of me. She said she made a mistake, that she was confused, that she was sorry. For a moment, just a brief moment, I saw the girl I had married. The one with paint on her jeans and stars in her eyes. That's the worst part of it all, you know? Grief doesn't hit all at once. It comes in those little fragments, in the echoes of who someone used to be. She asked if we could talk. I stepped aside, letting her in. She walked through the house like it was a crime scene, feeling the weight of what she'd done. She sat on the couch, the same spot where she had laughed so many nights ago. I didn't sit with her. Instead, I handed her a manila envelope. Her hand shook as she opened it. Inside there were photos, messages, hotel receipts, a copy of the private investigator's report I'd hired the moment I had heard her confession. There's a moment when someone realizes they're not in control anymore. It's a quiet realization, like the air has been sucked out of the room. I watched her read it, her face crumbling piece by piece. She asked why I hadn't said anything sooner. I told her I wanted her to finish the performance. She begged for my forgiveness, but it was like listening to static. Her words had no meaning anymore. They were just noise, the kind people make when the truth is too painful to confront. She asked if there was someone else. I laughed, not because there was, but because she thought this was about someone else. As if my pain could be replaced, as if people were interchangeable. I didn't kick her out. I simply packed a bag, left the house to her, and didn't look back. I had already signed the papers. Quietly. Efficiently. She never noticed the accounts had been split. The funny thing about betrayal is that it doesn't end with a bang. It ends with indifference. Now I live in a smaller place. No garden, no second sink. But the silence here is real. Sometimes I still make coffee the old way just for myself. Sometimes I catch the light in a certain way, and remember what it felt like to believe someone would never lie to you. But mostly I sleep. And I think that's the true ending. Not revenge, not justice, but peace. The kind of peace that comes after the storm, when all that's left is the wreckage and the quiet realization that you're still standing.